Okay, came back from my buddy Jim's, and I had all the tools to do the job, but what I lacked was finesse and experience. So, I'll share what I can with you. First and foremost, I'll show you what came out. One cap went flying off into left field, and we didn't find it. But you can see that the caps were they had died. These were gone. There were no needle bearings left in this kit. It didn't exist. So they were shot and running on empty. The other thing to notice is that these cross arms are not listed in the lubrication schedule from Kubota, and the cross arms don't have a lubrication fitting on them. If you order from the place I mentioned, you will get U-joints that have a grease fitting on them, and then it's ported through the center so it goes back into the cup and gets all the needle bearings. So you're going to get a better part for half the price buying them from the source I recommend. Okay, that's that. Don't forget, before you pull these, I'm telling you now, mark things left, right, and where things line up on the case so that when you put them in, you're not fighting. These ends aren't keyed, but these ends, I'm going to try and get the light. See on the top right up here? That's keyed. So you're going to have to make sure that you get that right, or you're going to be disappointed. Oh, you're going to actually be just really irritated. You want to clean it out too and put some sort of a dry lube or something in there too, so it slides as freely as it did originally. Last but not least, take a file and flatten, but don't polish these edges here, because you tend to get a lip in the process of removing the cups, and you want to get your C-ring, your clip, to fit in there nicely. Now, some of you know it, some of you don't. If you already know it, video's over. If you don't know it, in the process of removing the clips, you need a vise and you need a really big hammer, BFH. What you're going to do is you're going to have this resting so the cup is open to the bottom across the jaws of a vise. This will be in there. You want to support this and hold it. You're going to be smacking down on this top one because the cross arm will push out the cup from beneath. Flip it over, do the same thing. Then it's this turn, supporting the other one. If you don't support these and make sure that the cross arm is pushing, you're going to bend the ears, and you don't want to do that. If you try to put a punch through the top, pushing on it, that's not going to work so well. Now, if you get one cup off and you have trouble getting the other cup, what does work is if you slide a socket with an extension on it down inside the cup so it goes inside the edges here, goes in the edges, just fits, you can pop the cup out. If you use a regular punch in the middle, you're just going to punch a hole in the middle of the cup. That's not going to do you any good. But that's what it gets out. The solution, again, is big hammer. Don't be shy. I would, like I said, this job has taken me a lot longer because I'm timid. I don't want to break anything. And so far, nothing's been broken. Don't forget to, you probably want to pull this dust cap out when you're doing the removal process. Just put a screwdriver there or push it out from the back side. It kind of gets in the way, but you need to put it back in to keep the inside of this clean. So, my parts are on order. I ordered them last night. I got a shipping notice today. I will say to anybody, U.S. Postal Service Priority Mail is probably the best bet around. They deliver on Saturdays, which UPS doesn't. And they actually do well in rural areas, has been my impression. My post office will call me if it shows up on the late bus so I can get it. And the price is right. It's cheaper. So I'm even going to put a plug in for our wonderful postal service. I think they do, on stuff like this, you're going to get a better value and faster delivery time. It's 3 days, and UPS ground is going to cost you more, and you're not going to get it in 3 days. Now, I'm in northern Pennsylvania. They're in upstate New York. I will probably see them Thursday or Friday. That's fine. Last but not least, when you work on this in general, you're going to want to pressure wash the sides of your utility vehicle before you start working on it, because there's a tremendous amount of clay and crap come out, and it's a mess. It's not hurting anything, but it's annoying me. I'm also going to find out about that sealant that they used. I had to slip a cold chisel in there, and use